Hey guys, this is Tattoo Tony. I don't know if you realize this, but this is my really old intro. Here we are at Harrison School in, I guess, North St. Louis. And this is the outside of the building. I know you saw this last time, but I just wanted to recap what the building looked like. And we were talking a little bit earlier about how to find abandoned buildings. My suggestion is drive around. I've never had much luck with using Google Earth or Google Maps. That might be good in a rural area, but I like to get out and actually drive around. Obviously, if you live in a very new suburban area, you're probably not going to find much of interest, so find small old towns. Those have been a good go-to spot for me to find a few different abandoned buildings to look at. Smaller rural areas, smaller towns, they're starting to die off. One thing you have to be careful of in rural areas is a lot of property owners, for whatever reason, are more interested in you not being around their property. Maybe because you might get hurt, but I've been run off a few times in rural areas by property owners. In cities, the property owners generally don't care. Even the workers that work for the school district most of the time, like maintenance men, see you hanging around one of these school buildings, unless it's some kind of private enterprise that's rebuilding the building. Usually they don't pay too much attention to you. In cities, though, you have to watch out for... I'm just checking to see if there's a way down, and then we'll burn out. Getting mugged, maybe because somebody thinks your camera's valuable. Yeah, that's cool. Andrew, I found the basement. This is worth something. Oops. Or some crazy homeless guy on psych meds, or somebody that's desperate for money. But in most cases... There's got to be a gym or a cafeteria, right? No harm will come to you. We try to avoid people and enter into buildings unseen. That's another one. I like to park somewhere and not be seen while entering. Those are pissers. As if Andrew didn't know what those were. Boys' bathroom. Girls' bathroom.
Probably the main one. That's pretty cool.
Now, I talked about this before, but you never want to make an entrance. You want to find something that's already open, some way into the building, so that you're not actually breaking or tearing off anything. Also, I don't particularly care for people who go in buildings that want to take things or vandalize things. Who?
Someone keeps calling me from St. Louis.
Why?
I don't know. Sorry, Jeremy. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Why? Are you scared?
Well, kind of. Since we don't know what it's going to be like it now.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be here long either. When I first started doing this, it was... Think there's anything down there? It was hard for me to take my time and film. without just kind of being so nervous that I'd run through here and wave the camera all over the place. If you want to make videos practice takes perfect, I suggest watching Dan Bell's older stuff. I'm nowhere in the league of him, but you'll get the idea that you want to have moving shots. You want to have almost still shots where you're just looking at things. You know, I was kind of in a hurry here, but you might, you know, get some of the paint peeling, get a clock, get a desk, stop and look at a book, you know, anything that adds different details. For a while I used a GoPro camera, and then I put it on the stabilizer, and the ambient noise was horrible. You couldn't hear anything, it sounded muffled, and I really think that's half the video, is being able to hear all the crunching and the glass and the debris moving underfoot.
What?
The other thing is, if you go back and watch my videos where I used a GoPro and a stabilizer, it looks boxy. Everything, it stabilized the video, but there's almost no natural movement to it. And so I'd like to make more videos, but I'm trying to decide how I want to film because I can't afford to buy a DSLR. And I'm almost thinking about using a little bit better camcorder than this, or using the GoPro on some sort of handle. This is a really old crummy camcorder, and I actually used the software to stabilize it. It takes forever. I have to just put the clips up and then let it go, and who knows how long. I don't even watch it. It might take a couple hours. And that's kind of this weird black matte frame that kind of moves around it. That's part of it, and there's might be some sort of advanced settings that can be played with, but I haven't taken the time to figure it out. Another thing, if you're in a building, I like to stay away from open windows where I can be seen. Just in case the wrong person sees me and decides to either, you know, any number of scenarios. You can also tell signs when people are currently using the building for shelter. You'll find things.
Alright, dude. I don't think there's nothing in here.
But wait, there is.
I don't think so. If there is, we'll find it, but let's blow through this.
I don't know why I have a fixation whenever there's animal dung in a building. I tend to want to film it. There's the front that we shot earlier. Looking out that window, you can see those wrought iron fence, or the. One,
Not that I see.
I want to make your day. I want to give a shout out to Adventures with Carl. He asked me how he could make his videos better, and I do have some tips for you, but watch my earlier videos and then watch my later ones, and you'll see probably some of the changes I made. By the way, that street you went to with all the abandoned houses, Adventures with Carl, that looks really cool. I've thought about going to Ohio, I just don't have the time anymore. because it looks like there's probably a lot of places to film there. But with all the videos I've made, there's still untapped places that I have not been into in St. Louis. And I'd like to go to Kansas City. That's another big one. If you're out there and you're near Kansas City and you're not scared to go in an urban environment, I hear there's tons of dilapidation. If you want to get the full thrill experience and have your nerves on edge, go by yourself. That's a treat.
Anybody?
Nah.
Yeah.
He's not really a fan anymore, but
Not at all.
I ain't gonna hang him out to dry.
I would.
I would.
Now you guys know how I feel about that.
Alright, see.
Know what I'm saying?
Pictures.
Does that dude have a job?
No.
Loser.
He's living in the woods, and it's all bad.
Why are you messing with him?
He's family.
No, he ain't.
And Andrew
He's family.
Huh?
Andrew works like 6 days a week.
That would be from the Uber, dude.
No,
That's
that's...
what they used.
Oh.
To
No,
make
those are,
your friends.
those are people's family pictures. Well...
So anyways, here's Andrew looking at these boards over the building. We weren't going to pull them back, but we kind of looked under there, and you can't get in. But we found an opening, and we had to stand on a bucket, and he boosted me through the window, but it was completely open. And so, like I say, don't ever force entry. If you have a spot you're looking at, eventually it'll be open. Just keep looking. Somebody will open it up. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button. We're going to try to continue putting out videos for you. Have a great day.